It was a rainy night, the kind of nights where the harmony of the screaming crows are loud enough to cover on the claps of thunder. That night, I was driving my car back home. The rain was intense that I felt my car will stall anytime. But suddenly I saw something in front of me. I couldn't actually identify what was it, maybe a deer, maybe just a shadow of some sign. But it didn't take long till I realized what was there. It was just a little girl standing helpless in the middle of the road. Nobody else was driving around this area at that time. So I took a decision that came from heart. I will just pick up this girl and drive her home. Leaving her in the middle of nowhere isn't something I could be okay with. But is that a safe decision? I do not know, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I parked at the side of the road near her and invited her in. And without second thoughts, she jumped in the car. She thanked me in calm voice and told me her address. And that was the last thing I heard from her during the whole ride. She just kept staring out of the window. Once we arrived in front of her home, she got out of the car in the middle of the rain, and before heading to her house door, she thanked me again. And that was it. I took off and went on the road again, heading to my home. But after a few minutes of driving, I found out that she dropped her wallet by mistake. I decided to turn around and give her the wallet back. And since I didn't go so far from her home, it'll just take a few minutes. But as I was turning around, I lost control of the car. I would have rammed out of the road, but fortunately I avoided it at the last moment. I parked in front of her house and got off my car. The house looks old and frightening. To be honest, I was a little bit skeptical at first. But anyways, I banged on the door and stood waiting. An old woman opened the door for me. She looked around. Then she looked at the wallet before she said angrily,
"Can't you just leave me alone? You helped me 60 years ago, and every year you come back at the same night to handle me the wallet. It was my fault you ran into a tree and died while getting back to me. I'm sick, and my brain cannot handle seeing a dead man's soul every 12 months. Please, leave me alone."
Then she shut the door off at my face. I stood at the door of the house, staring at her without a single clue what she is talking about. Then I just went back to my car and took off. And after a few minutes of driving, I noticed that the girl forgot her wallet in my car by mistake. I have to give it back to her. That was the content of the post I saw on one of the forums on Tor. I have no idea who the publisher of the post is, neither if it's true or not, as the publisher never got back online to the forum. So it's up to us to decide if it's true or not. What do you think? Leave your opinion in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell icon to receive the next stream before anybody else.